First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai. Double honor to the elders of the Great Millstone. Double, Salakia meant double honor to the elders of the Great Millstone. Tell to say Shaw Yakim and Housing Bowers. I'm going to start off with the tech Cold War was China ratcheting up. On Friday, China ordered the U.S. consul in Chengdu to close. Consul is basically like an embassy. Like, Israel has embassies all over the world. This was in response to the U.S. ordering China's consul in Houston to close Wednesday. So basically, China got embassies in America, and that's new. I didn't even know that, So America is already falling apart. You got your own other nations having bases in your own country. What does that tell you? So America, because if you had like a foothold, and in your own in their China's country, you wouldn't have to have one of their bases in yours. Esau is not powerful as he once was, so he had no choice but to let China in. This was in response to the U.S. ordering China's consul in Houston to close Wednesday. Also this week, the U.S. indicated Chinese hackers allegedly working with the Chinese government can charge government on charges of industrial espionage, including trying to steal coronavirus research. The U.S. campaign to ban Huawei from global 5G network picked up steam this month too. All of this is to say tensions between the world's largest economies are high and escalating. So where is it all going? Ian Bremmer, president of the political risk consultancy Eurasia Group, spoke with host Sabri Benachor the following week. The following is in an edited transcript of their conversation between the Chinese industrial espionage and U.S. attempts to lock out some of China's biggest tech companies. Are we in what amount to a tech cold war with China? And China also said they had a EMP, EMP bomb to shut down the whole grid, and they're already having a tech cold war. So basically, someone's internet is about to get cut off. I think we are in the U.S. government and Democrats as well. But Esau be lying. Esau be doing stuff. 9/11, he would say it was by Ishmael in Pakistan. Then he said Pearl Harbor was made by the Japanese, and both of them were inside jobs. So basically, Esau can shut down his own internet and just blame a different country, because Esau is just gonna do that. And on Congress, I think we are in the U.S. government and Democrats as well in Congress. I would say both are pretty aligned and wanted to ratchet up the tensions with the Chinese and do so globally. So I do think that we are now in a technology war between the world's two large economies, and other countries around the world are going to be forced to make some uncomfortable decisions. So everybody's going to have to choose a side. China already got people on their side. As you can see, let me get a different article. Iran. You got Iran with China. Not only Iran, but Russia, Cuba, Syria. And the European countries, they're getting tired of Donald Trump. You got Germany and Britain thinking about considering not working with Trump no more. He's too prideful. I'm gonna start off here. The New York Times, in its report titled "China and Iran Approach Trade and Military Cooperation with Resistance to the United States." So basically, they're resisting the United States. All these sanctions, China's not listening to Donald Trump when they said no one deal with Iran. So look, right here, it tells you aggressive anti-Iran policies at the bottom. That's what Trump's made but I'm gonna keep going. With resistance to the United States, published part of the details of the agreement, emphasizing that this partnership will deal a major blow to Trump's aggressive anti-Iran policies. So he doesn't want the Middle East to have any nuclear weapons. I wonder why. They get bombed every day by America and Israel. Those Khazars, and Trump is afraid. Claiming to have a copy of the draft of the 18-page agreement that the Times wrote that Tehran and Beijing are planning broader economic security cooperation that will pave the way for China's multi-billion dollar investment in Iran's energy and military sector. So that's right there. That they're not listening to Trump. No one's listening to Esau. Esau's losing that power slowly. Like another article said, they had a military base in somewhere in Houston, Texas. Trying to have a consul, an embassy. Why would you have an embassy of somebody else? Why would someone else's base be in your country? You know. But I want to get the scripture. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy I brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There's none understanding in him. Esau, man, we got Trump thinking everybody with him like, yeah, everybody respects me. Everybody's gonna listen to, man. Everybody's playing you. His allies in Europe are getting tired of him also. They can't. Germany, I heard Trump trying to tell Germany not to import any more cars to America. I wonder why. You got Trump making them lose business. Matthew 24:6. Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we're hearing rumors of wars, And also, there's a couple of wars going on over there right now in South China Sea out here, But I'm gonna go down. Wait, where was I? It continued to the state that the 25-year Iran-China comprehensive cooperation plan document greatly expands Beijing's participation in Iran's bank and telecommunications ports, railways, and dozens of other projects. The report then went on to say that China would also receive a special oil discount from Iran for 25 years in return for participation in economic and military projects. According to the document, joint training and exercises, joint research and development of weapons and information sharing between the two countries to combat the relentless fight against terrorism, human and drug trafficking, and cross-border crime will increase. So nothing in that article I want to read, but here I'm gonna go down. Critics claim that China will lead Iran into debt in a new form of colonialism that ignores their differences in aspects such as history, interests, geographically, religion, ethnicity, and culture. They say Iran is economically unstable and as a recipient country is taking great geopolitical risk by committing to China. Although the agreement has not been finalized yet, a comprehensive cooperation agreement with Beijing could be good news as Tehran tries to save its economy. Washington has no plans to end its sanctions, and Iran refused to enter direct talk with the U.S. until the embargoes are lifted. So Esau's a coward, Esau is a coward. He's always with that. I'm gonna sanction you, embargo. Why don't you be a man? If you didn't like him, just don't deal with that country, Esau instead, he wants to make no one can do deals. If I'm not doing deals, you can't either. That's Esau's mentality. Like, if I'm not doing it, you can't. Like, man, no one's listening to you. You got China still dealing with them as we speak. Look, so we don't. Washington has no plans to end its sanctions, and Iran refused to enter direct talk with the U.S. until the embargoes are lifted. So the sanctions are there. So the sanctions aren't going anywhere. Iran will refuse direct talk. So no one. So they're not gonna talk to the U.S. either. So America is it's done for. Everybody's going against America's wishes. Um, Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. You know, that made all the earth drunk in it. The philosophy, the ways of America, these trade deals, uh, these all giving some of these women in these countries free liberty to do whatever they want. They see it on TV. They copy American women, and they got them doing that in their country. They don't want they don't want that no more. The nation have looking for wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. China, Iran, Russia. No one likes America. Babylon. You know, the nations are mad. You think they're at peace with thee. They have deceived thee. Obadiah, brought you to even to the border. Isaiah 14:12. How the oh wait. Alright, because my phone is lagging. I gotta free up space so I can make my videos longer. Alright. This is Babylon, this is why am I keep getting 14 and 12? 14 and 12 to 14. Isaiah 14:12. 14. How thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. Who is that? Esau. Doesn't he profess himself to be a light in a bear? How thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations. That's Esau. He weakened the nations by embargoes, sanctions. For thou hast said in thine heart, I'll ascend into heaven. I'll exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I'll sit also upon the mount of the congregation, in the side to the north. I'll ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So you got Esau trying to be like the Most High. No, you're on top of everything. There's that series on there, look a Ponzi. Consider saying that this the man that made the earth to tremble. Let me start it. 20. Alright. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And you can see that daily. You can see the embassies in America now from other countries. You can see that by Iran ignoring the embargoes and not listening to Trump and neither are other countries. They're still dealing with each other. And this is all. America's finished. You got chariots. Every video I see nowadays is a chariot in the sky. You know, there'd be chariots in New Mexico, Texas, Arizona, like all these states. The chariots are all floating, flying through the skies. America's finished. America, it's gone. They see these on there, look upon thee, and Kansas City saying, "Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdom?" So they're not gonna believe it. They're gonna, he's probably gonna look like a little cave animal, like from the Flintstones. That's what Esau's gonna look like. They're gonna look at him like, this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and opened and destroyed the cities thereof, opened not the houses of his prisoners. You know, that's Esau. You know, open the houses of his prisoners. People be in jail. Jake been in jail for crimes he doesn't even commit. That Esau forces them to. That they say, oh yes, I did it. You know, Esau like makes them say it. You know, Esau puts a lot of pressure on Jake, and they just suffer for 50 years, 60, 20. You know, for nothing, for absolutely nothing. Some of them are just wrongly accused. Esau is the devil. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out like a grave and abominable branch, as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoer shall never be renowned. You know, so I'm gonna get that definition. Renowned. So yeah, so like, you know, when the elect are in the kingdom, ain't no one gonna talk like, guy, get the, all right. Known or talked about by many people, famous. A restaurant renowned for itself. Yeah, no one wants to remember him. He's a devil, you know. Esau, he's not gonna get no renown. No one's gonna bring up like him in a conversation. Oh yeah, remember Esau? You know, he did so righteous. No, he's a devil. You know, ain't gonna remember him. Nobody wants to remember him when they elect in the kingdom. You know. So renown basically means you're popular among conversation, which he clearly isn't gonna be. You know, but he's the devil. You know, who wants to remember him? Oh yeah, he poisoned our water. Yeah, fluoride. Remember that time? Try to use sacrificing people in Epstein Island. Like nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody want to hear that. You know, there's nothing righteous about him. You know, so he's still not gonna get no renown. He's a wicked. He's the seed of the evildoers. You know. What you call it? Let me get another scripture for it. I still want to get in North Korea. What they're doing. Okay, now they're worrying about coronavirus. Accidentally pressed that. Okay, it's not going back. You know, we got all these nations, right? They show off. You got China, North Korea, Russia. They're showing off their they're showing off their military all the time. Well, how does America celebrate? They have gay parades and pedophilia. Like this country is not. You can't like this country. Like they don't take nothing serious. This is a bunch of weirdos and jokes. You know, you got giant floating blimps of cartoon characters in the sky. You know, they had a Macy's parade. Like, what are you gonna do with a Macy's parade? You got a parade of Pokemon Go players. Like, and these other countries are serious. They have China always showing off their nuclear missiles. You know, in their parades. Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, but America is the only country that shows off Tom and Jerry blimps in the sky with people marching or gay parades or a Macy's parade. What the hell? Why do we have a Macy's parade? You know, why do you celebrate? Like Esau's a joke. You know, this country is America's a joke. You know, Well, I'm gonna get this. President Vladimir Putin said that the Russian Navy will get 40 new ships this year as he attended a naval parade in St. Petersburg on Sunday, marking the country's Navy Day. The parade in the port city in the nearby town of the Kronstadt featured 200 ships and vessels and over 4,000 troops aimed to demonstrate the growing power of our Navy, Putin said on Friday. He said 40 ships of different classes will enter service this year and that the Russian Navy will be equipped with hypersonic weapons to boost its combat capabilities. So they're showing off their nuclear missile, not their missiles, but their Navy hypersonic weapons to boost its combat capabilities. Opening the parade, he said that the 6 more vessels for the Far Sea Zone were laid down at Russia's 3 leading shipyards in the past days. The Kremlin has made military modernization its top priority, and amid tensions with the West that followed Moscow's 2014 annexation of Crimea. So you got countries like Russia celebrating their country by having military parades and showing off their army. And let's see what America got. Here, festive, fun, bite-sized parades hit the city streets to celebrate America's birthday. Like, look at this. Fourth day. The only time. Like, this country's a joke. Everybody's popping fireworks. Look at this. You got fun bite-sized. What is this? Festive, bite-sized parades hit the city streets. Like, bite-sized. This country's a joke. Like, really? That's your best descriptive word? It's like a bunch of children that make, like, what is this supposed to, like, this country is not serious about anything. No, bite-sized parades. What does that even mean? What is it supposed to be, a Happy Meal? Supposed to be McDonald's? No, this country's a joke. Everyone's getting up for war. Got America talking about bite-sized parades. What is it, and this parade celebrating his birthday. We're in the middle of, if you're in the middle of a war, you really care about the inception of your country's birthday? Really? Is that the major topic? But let me see how long I got on this. Alright, got 10 minutes. But I want to get one more scripture. Jeremiah 50:14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon, round about. Jeremiah 15:14. Alright. All ye that been the bold, shoot at her, spare no arrow, but she has sinned against the Lord. So America's gonna be destroyed ultimately. All these countries are gearing up for war, showing off the military might. And how did America prepare to challenge that? They get they have birthdays. They celebrate their freedom. They've been doing for like 20 years plus. It's getting old. July 4th is over. Forget that. Esau. More focus on distracting the people than telling them what's really going on. This country, it's all about brainwashing, and deception. It's all this country's been. No one's worried about anything because Esau doesn't tell anybody anything. Esau just stays quiet. He'll tell you the last minute, right when it's happening. Yep, guys, we're in the middle of a war. Yep, you see missiles flying over the horizon. All you see is Esau on the TV screen. Guys, we have to mention that there's a war going on. He's that type of guy that will tell you the last minute when it's already happening in front of your face. That's the mindset of Esau. He likes to play games. Bite-sized parades, Macy's. It's over for America. Gay parades. Like what? Like come on now. every country, this is how you know this is Babylon, because every other country this country stands out. It's the weirdest, Esau is wicked, That's why he's gonna disappear as a dream. The scripture said, that's why he's not gonna get renowned because he's too wicked. There's nothing to talk about that's good for him, good about him. But that's it on that. But we're almost out of here. You got countries not listening to a Babylon. America going against the agreement. I mean the embargoes and sanctions. Because they tired of America. Scriptures tell you thy men that have been confederacy with thee shall brought thee even to the border. You know, they laid a snare for thee. That I was not aware. But I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the great millstone, and salutation to all Yakim and the house and by his big to marriage. Till next time, I say shalom.